Barkeep, we're on a show. Can you just turn the music down? Thank you. Cheers, Barkeep. Hello and welcome to a Frameshift Live. Bruce, what number are we? Is it 25?
We are number 25, our quarter-century show.
My age, in fact. My age.
Quarter-century.
Sadly, it's not my age nor my waistline, Bruce. Welcome to the show. This is our bi-weekly Elite Dangerous show. We talk about all things Elite Dangerous. Bruce, thank you for joining me. Good to see you back on stream.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Really happy to be back.
Are you? You are. You are.
Yes, of course.
We talk all things Elite Dangerous, obviously. So we talk about in-game news, any development news, and obviously we're going to showcase a lot of the community stuff now. Just before we go into the Twitch drop stuff, which I know Bruce loves to talk about, and will not get wrong. A little bit of a heads up. This week we don't have a developer guest, and we're going to be very heavily focused on community news this week. And there's a reason for that. There's a little thing called Update 15 that everyone's working on at the moment, and they're very, very busy working on it. So we don't want to drag them away from the busy work they're doing, because we're very excited what 15 is going to bring. And I don't want to bring away from it. I'm sure you would rather they were working on that than come and talking to us. So if we can get one next week, or not next week, the next show, we will of course get a developer on. But this week we have got some news to go through, and we will be looking at chatting. I'll answer some questions that I can without getting myself in trouble, or Bruce. But there won't be a developer guest on this week, so very, very sorry. Also, I'm struggling to work out which camera to look at.
We normally have a light to direct our gaze, but no.
So I'm looking at all of them. I'm hoping that somewhere there, producer Adam's got a concerned look on his face. So I didn't break it, I didn't touch it. Didn't touch it. The middle one. It's the middle one. It's water. Bruce, talk to us about Twitch drops even.
Yeah, sure. So every show we give away Twitch drops. If you haven't watched before, then yes, you can earn in-game cosmetics purely by watching us on Twitch. That's either on the Elite Dangerous channel or the Frontier channel. So what can you earn? Every show we have the purple Twitch drop set. This is an evergreen set of cosmetics that you can earn. It's kind of like a welcome pack, if you will. I'll just quickly rattle off from memory with my eyes closed. No, I won't. Everything that's in the set. So
I bet you could do it.
There's no way I could. I'm rusty. This is my first show back in the whole year.
Try.
So, no, I'm not even going to try.
Oh, come on. Ancestral. Go on.
Well, I could probably name the items, but I wouldn't get the timings right.
Oh, no, timings. Not just the items. Go for the items first.
There's the Ancestral Tattoo Pack.
Yep.
There's the purple weapon and engine colours. Mm-hmm. The purple paint jobs, including the SRV. I don't know if that's a separate one. I can't remember now.
There's something else.
Yes, and you've got the nameplates, which
nailed it.
Which are bonus ones thrown onto the top. Is that all of them?
I think so.
SRV and fighter colours are separate to the main.
There you go. You did say that.
Paint jobs.
Kind of say
so there you go. Okay, fair enough. And those are all earned at.
No, you have missed one. You both missed it.
The flight suit. Of course. There you go.
There you go. So what are the timings, Bruce? How do you earn these?
Didn't quite get it. Yeah. So the tattoo pack you'll get after the first 15 minutes. After half an hour, you'll get the flight suit. 60 minutes grabs you those SRV and fighter colours I just mentioned. At 90 minutes, you'll get the weapon and engine colours, and then at 1 hour and another hour.
I watched you going into that, and I could see you falling down, and I was like, I'm not going to help him. 1 hour plus another hour. Is that 2 hours, Bruce?
Surely this is not right. I think we changed the timings since then, because we're not. No, it is 2 hours. It is 2 hours because these carry over throughout the whole month.
Yes, they do. This is the 28th.
Right. So after 2 hours, you finally get the vibrant purple paint jobs. And like I just mentioned, so if you don't get all of these in one show, normally we run for a couple hours per show. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I say, you'll be able to get these. It will carry over. So if you say got halfway through, you could get the other half in the following show in the next couple of weeks. Yep. These reset every 28 days. So basically 2 shows. Yep. You've got to watch through all of these. Yeah.
So essentially, in a month, in the 28 days, we'll stream twice. That'll be 4 hours maximum, there or thereabouts. You need to have watched 2 hours to earn all of that purple paint job and faceplate, nameplates and face tattoo stuff to earn it. It's not up to us when we resets. That's a Twitch thing, so we can't change the 28-day cycle, unfortunately. However, these aren't the only Twitch drops we're giving. This is kind of like the welcome pack. Bruce, what else do you get to earn whilst watching our show?
So we also give away seasonal paint jobs. So every season, as you might expect, so every 3 months basically, we give away a different rotation of some paint job. We actually started this set with spring way back when, almost a year ago now, in fact. And we cycled now actually all the way around to the end of the winter set. So for watching today's show, after 15 minutes, you will earn yourself both the Python Blizzard Ice and the Cobra Mark III Blizzard Ice. That's the one currently on your screen there. So yeah, really cool, sort of snowflakey,
these are cool, actually.
snowy, bluey pattern.
Do you know what I like about these though? Although they are winter, and obviously it helps with the icy planet in the background, they still look cool regardless. That they are just a cool paint job.
Yes.
I mean, I like the Halloween stuff, but it's very distinctly Halloween, or some of them are at least. But I like this because it's just a cool paint job and it can look good at any time of the year, really.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I've been really happy actually with these seasonal paint jobs. They seem to have been popular. Let us know in the chat if you've picked up any of these, or maybe even all of these. I wonder if anyone's actually got every single seasonal paint job from watching the shows this whole year.
And so I'm going to address a question. If someone's asked why do we always give away the same drops, we don't. As Bruce has just said there, that's an entirely separate drop for winter. That's seasonal when they change. The pink paint jobs are just for people welcoming to the channel. So we do vary our drops, and there's actually more chances to win, and we're going to go into it in a second. So not only do you get drops for watching us, you get Twitch drops for watching our partner programs, or in fact even for watching anyone streaming Elite Dangerous. So we're actually doing quite a lot to give away drops all year round and varied drops. So have a look through it. It's not just the same stuff. Honestly, the purple suite is just a welcome pack, and there are the unique items that the guys, the team are working behind the scenes to make more of. And they're still working on to bring some more stuff later on this year, but nothing on that right now.
Well, sort of. So I did want to mention this is actually the final seasonal paint job for the previous year. I appreciate we're in the new year now, but yeah, this is the last winter pair of paint jobs to go out. There's going to be a little bit of hiatus before we bring the next seasonal ones in. They are expected sometime, possibly around summer, maybe a bit sooner than that for the next cycle. However, we're not going to leave you hanging. So in the next show, we'll find some different paint jobs to cover that gap and make sure they always earn cosmetics for watching.
We'll give you something.
Little something from the back.
Yeah, there we go.
So, as you just mentioned, if you watch our influencers and content creators on Twitch, YouTube, etc., you can earn paint jobs and other cosmetics that way as well. We have a number of wonderful content creators who make videos and live streams all the time, playing Elite Dangerous and sharing their love of the game. And, well, should I say this? Should I not say this? I won't say it.
What part are you going to say?
I'm on this bit.
Oh, okay. There'll be more information on the partnership program in the next Discovery Scanner. It's expanding. That's all we're going to say. But yes, we'll let you know there and then. The list of people you can watch will be expanding. Do we have any images of the... we don't of these ones, do we know? Because they're not actually released yet. So there'll be a surprise in Discovery Scanner. So you'll be able to see which paint jobs you'll be able to earn by watching our Elite Dangerous partners. It's really, really cool.
Absolutely. If you're not familiar with the partner program, you can check out the community section on the Elite Dangerous website to find out more how you apply, what we're sort of looking for people we partner with, as well as all of the benefits, because there are some really cool benefits included.
One of the cool things the influencer team has done actually is, yes, we give a suite of Twitch drops to our partner programs, but also there's often a singular drop for anybody who streams Elite Dangerous to actually attach to their channel, so you can actually have your own personalised Twitch drop. So it's really cool they've managed to set that up, and thanks again to the influencer team and producer Adam in the background who has something to do with the Twitch drops working and making sure we're not all on fire. Someone asked a question about will there ever be a crate Twitch drop. Have we done? I'm sure we've done one.
The crate, yes, there was the crate Phantom in some of the seasonal paint jobs last year. I don't think it had all of them, but a couple of the seasons.
But I'll tell you what, there hasn't been, Bruce. There hasn't been a Chieftain one. Has there, Bruce?
No, not yet.
Right. That better change, because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing a crate.
Are we doing just Chieftains next? Chieftains all the way down?
All year of 2023.
1,000 years of Chieftain paint jobs.
Yes.
In fact, actually, I wasn't meant to say this, but in the next update, we're removing every ship that isn't a Chieftain.
Yes, it's just going to be Chieftains. And there won't be no capital ships, just bigger versions of the Chieftain model everywhere.
Right, the planet ports as well, and star ports.
Planets will become Chieftains.
Just going to dock inside a giant Chieftain.
Yeah, right. That's it. The whole thing will be Chieftain.
Right.
Chieftain Dangerous. That's what it's going to be called. You heard it here first.
Okay. I hope that pitch you made to Dev actually goes through, because it'd be really fun.
Yeah, I'm not sure it will. Someone's asked a question. Someone said they missed you, Bruce, as well. So I think it's Commander Phil said they missed you. So
that's
welcome
very kind.
back.
Thank you.
Neil says, to be back. I fought today at Tommy Engineering Depot. Is that my name not you off? I believe it is, actually. Not for any particular reason. I think we were very lucky because we were working on Odyssey to submit our names into an Excel spreadsheet, and they picked a load of the staff at random, and we got chucked into the game. So I'm very, very pleased to see that my name was there. I think there was a Tolmy Sewage Works as well, which is great, which is fun. But did you win? Is the question? Was it for a good cause, or were you there sort of pillaging?
Yeah. Did you raid it? Did you turn it offline and destroy everyone?
That'd be interesting to see.
A final reminder on the Twitch drops then. So to claim yours, just in case you haven't done so yet, make sure to connect your Twitch and Elite Dangerous accounts. So you can do that by heading over to twitch.frontierstore.net/elite and just connect those accounts up, and then you'll be able to claim. But if you're already watching the stream, then you've already started racking up time. Don't worry about that. But yes, do connect those two accounts and start earning your rewards.
Also, a bit remiss, we haven't said hello to everyone in the stream, to be fair.
No,
so
that's a
big
bit rude,
07,
isn't
so
it?
there's Commander Kusmava 07, Psychic, Devi Talk, Ninja Space Unicorn, Viking 07, Sandwrinkle 07. So yeah, 07 to everyone in the chat. When it starts to move, we'll start to say hello to as many as possible as we can. But sorry for missing it now. Right, okay. What's next on our list?
So we can talk a little bit about what's been going on to the game in the past couple of weeks. The first of which is update 14.02. So a little patch that went out last week.
Tuesday, I believe.
Should we take a little bit of a gander as to what occurred in that update? So patch notes went out from the lovely Sally Morgan Moore, I believe, on the 31st, which was a day.
It was a Tuesday. I'm sure it was a Tuesday.
And the main notable features were thus. So exclamation mark update in chat if you want to check this out for yourself and you haven't read the patch notes just yet. But the main ones are
Sorry, I was going to say, Amiga Bar. I know about the Imperial helmet. I've asked. I honestly fight this corner for you every time. It's the really cool Imperial helmet. Yeah, they want it in the game as a cosmetic. I'm asking. I'm honestly feeding it back. I would love to see it. It's really, really cool.
It's not just the helmet though. The whole Imperial
the whole thing is cool.
It's cool,
it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I know. I'm asking. I'm passing it on. I'm passing it on. I promise you, I'm passing it on.
Cool. So yeah, things we changed. Restoring power to each of the settlements in a recovering system now reduces the time taken to fully recover the system by 1 week. We're also going to touch on some other changes to system states in a little bit. This will be reflected in that system's recovery complete time shortly after the final settlement has had power restored. Missions to restore power to settlements are now available in recovering systems. And humanity is attempting to reclaim systems controlled by the Thargoid forces. So conflict zones and other scenarios can now be found within Thargoid-controlled systems near the front lines of the invasion. To rattle off the remaining notable changes, there's a lot of stuff in here as well, so we would recommend that you check it out for yourself fully with exclamation mark update if you're watching on Twitch. There are changes to the AI, gameplay and missions, some stability fixes, UI, art, etc. But just to rattle off the remaining notable ones listed, salvaging and then safely recovering black boxes and escape pods, obtaining and delivering tissue samples now all contribute towards the progress bar and resist the invasion in the location they were collected when handed into a rescue megaship. Recovering systems that can no longer have their recovery efforts accelerated by player actions will now show 100% completion on the progress bar so that it's clearer where to place recovery efforts. And finally, the Thargoid War panel now shows the top 5 most progressed but not completed systems in each Thargoid state.
Which is really useful, actually. Really useful when you got that map.
This is all about encouraging as much coordination as possible. And I actually had the pleasure of speaking to Darren yesterday. Just outside of a meeting, he and I sort of got into a little bit of a design discussion. And he opened my eyes a little bit, as open as my eyes could be, given that I'm quite a simpleton when it comes to this sort of stuff.
You're not. You're quite smart, actually, Bruce. Did I say that? No.
But he sort of explained to me how the system works in a way that I could understand, which was much appreciated. Thanks, Darren. And it really is centered around cooperation as much as possible. It's not just how hard can you push a given system, it's more like as a community, how can everyone band together and coordinate to push back against the Thargoids? That's going to be the #1 determining factor of success. So
I think it's important because I think obviously the Thargoids are encroaching on human space at a rapid rate, and this is by no means, make no mistake, it's a war, right? And we're fighting what appears to be insurmountable odds. The Thargoids are hitting hard, they're hitting fast, and players need a way to focus to at least try and stem the flow at the moment. Now, I'm sure in the coming months that players will find ways to expedite that pushback. And then we'll come to the summer tweaks we changed a little bit to make things a little bit fairer when they're doing that going forwards. But yeah, this is it's tough up there in the galaxy. The Thargoids they weren't happy. after HIP 22460,
Sure.
and they are making themselves known. They're behaving in different manners. There's things there that players are experiencing for the first time. There's behaviour that Thargoids are exhibiting that we haven't seen before. And, you know, this is, make no mistake, yes, this started off kicking off in November. We're only February. This is only the start. This is a galactic-wide war. So there's a lot to come still. So brace yourselves, basically.
Pretty much.
And in good news, no, I don't say about the war on the good news front.
On the topic of the war, and this is actually good news. So, so another thing that changed was that we did adjust the combat rewards for anti-Xeno combat. Sorry,
yes.
the credit payouts essentially,
yes.
Which we did further clarify following the update.
Yeah. So !AX combat if you want to see the notes for that one.
Yep.
And just on that note,
yeah.
That was legitimately, it was missed out of the patch notes, and it was missed. It was a human error. We're sorry. We didn't mean to do it. Obviously, we weren't trying to hide it from you guys because everyone's out there fighting Thargoids, so it was going to be very, very noticeable. It was just a mistake, and we are sorry. We weren't trying to do anything nefarious. Apologies. Won't happen again, or at least we'll try very hard not to make it happen again. But it's just a human error. Yeah, we are all human, apart from Bruce, who I'm fairly certain is a thinking machine.
Apologies to anyone that we caught off guard. It wasn't the intention.
Yeah.
And we would like to sort of point out that changes like this come as part of us being mindful of the wider plan and other changes we're going to make, that sort of thing.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, we're going to touch on some other changes to the Thargoid War, which might provide a little bit of extra context.
Yeah.
So
someone's asked, I'm just going to say, this is actually water. If I just drank a pint of neat vodka, I don't think I'd be able to speak.
In terms of known issues that were added around the time of the update, so we gave, I don't know if we have a command for this one. Check with producer Adam. We updated our comms with an acknowledgement of 2 primary known issues. So those are the issues with control systems. So progress for Thargoid defeats not accurately being shown in your UI. We're aware of that one. And then the next one is reactivation missions. So we're aware that sometimes settlements are already powered on arrival, and they've kind of figured it out for themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
But, maybe they shouldn't be sending those mission requests.
The power regulator Santa Claus has visited in absence. We are aware there's issues. We are looking at them.
Yeah.
Someone's asked the question: is there anything in this bowl? Yes, there are actually. I've reached full diva status. I made a big joke of saying that if I'm coming on stream, I demand nothing but I'm not sure if I can reference the brand. Nothing but a bowl of blue
pills.
Candy. Pills is worse. Bruce, you can't say that. Of blue candy, and Bruce has provided said blue candy. That's there.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'll move on
very
quickly. So, in terms of that other change I've been referencing a couple of times now to the Thargoid War, we're going to talk a little bit about the changes to the progress bar and system states within the Thargoid War and the balancing that we've done around it. So, we communicated out yesterday that along with the Thursday tick, targets and values for winning back systems against the Thargoids have been adjusted. Mm-hmm. So what we mean by that is targets are the amount of contribution required essentially to win the system, and the values, I'm so sorry.
You see what I've done now?
Yeah.
Right.
And the values are essentially one way to think of it is how many points each given activity contributes to the effort. So we've rebalanced those in line with where we think it should be. Similar to the way we did at the beginning.
Bruce,
of the
now it looks like you're holding the table down. This is making it worse on chat. So don't do that.
Holding the table down.
Yeah.
I was trying to move on.
Stop trying. You're making it worse. Right. Look, it's candy like NNNs. Imagine like that.
I shouldn't have taken so many.
No, it's bad for you. Right, what's next?
Right, so we rebalanced
targets.
The targets and the values. I'm sorry, this is really rude. We also changed. Right, so we've been listening very carefully to your feedback. Some of you may have seen the thread that we opened on the forums, as well as other places we've been having conversations about how the Thargoid War is going, what might be improved, etc. And one thing that rang true consistently wherever we asked was, hey, it feels a bit rough to lose all of the progress if we don't succeed in completing the bar in a given week. So we implemented a change, and it's actually happened today.
Yes,
in fact, with today's tick.
Yeah, this morning, I think.
So Previously, whereas the weekly tick would have meant that any progress below 100, i.e. any progress in a system where you didn't succeed in winning that system back, was wiped. And we went, okay, fair enough, we understand why that's a bit rough. So we've changed it so that instead 33% of the total progress required for that system is going to be deducted instead. And hopefully that's much less of a feel bad. It means you'll be able to carry on or progress with some of that, retain some of that progress, and then push on from that point in the next week. I think the example we gave in the post was, say you get up to 50%, then following the weekly tick, you'll retain 17 and then start from there again.
Yeah, but all systems, remember, this is complicated. It did take us a long time to try and get this into words that made sense, but different systems have different values, and Darren's in the chat and will probably murder us for getting this wrong on stream. So I'll just go to the post and read the post, because we'll probably get it wrong again.
Yes, so if you want to read the post, it's exclamation mark, Adam knows what it is. I don't know if it's there. If we don't have a command for it, you can head over to the forums. It'll be the pinned post. I think it's the top pinned post on the forums at the moment, so go check it out there. It explains it a bit more thoroughly, but yes, in essence, we're deducting 33% of progress now on a weekly basis rather than wiping the whole lot.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark Thargoids, thank you very much. We'll take you straight to the post if you want to find out more. There's a couple of other points to make about this. So if you fail to reach 100% in a system that's in the invasion state before all markets are abandoned and the system enters a controlled state, that system's progress bar will be fully reset. Obviously, it's switching into a different state.
Controlled,
different kettle of fish. And unlike invasion states, controlled states continue indefinitely until the progress bar is completed. So this effect will apply, but continuously. It's not like you've got a final week to make it or break it. And I think that pretty much explains the change. Yeah. Obviously, if you're less than 33% progressed in a given system,
then it goes to zero.
Then it will be, there's no negative, but it will be wiped.
I've said this a couple of times on stream, and I generally mean it. Like what the development team here are doing is really, really unprecedented. Really, it's a simulated war on a galactic scale. So it's really, really cool, but obviously there's some complex nature in that. So there's a lot of sort of number crunching going on behind the scenes to make sure it's fair, to make sure that you all have sort of visibility on what needs to be done, that it feels fair that what you're doing has an effect, and that the pushback also feels fair against your efforts. So we're not saying it's perfect. What we are saying is that I don't think anyone's ever tried to do a galactic scale simulated war.
Not like this.
Yeah, not like this. So we are obviously learning, so bear with us, but we're still listening, always listening. So there we go.
Always watching.
Always watching, Wiskowski.
All right. So I think we've acknowledged some of the known issues. So don't need to do those again. All right. There's a couple of others actually. So regarding fleet carriers, we know that fleet carrier services were inactive for some period of time. Apologies for any inconvenience caused if you're a fleet carrier owner or passenger. That was fixed last week without an update. It was just one of those things we can fix right away. I don't know what we call that to commanders.
Just an immediate fix?
An immediate fix.
I think it just depends on what it is, because some things can be done via our servers, which we can tinker with. Other things require obviously updating files. So there's a difference. It was one of those things that we could happily tinker behind the scenes and fix. So it was adjusted.
And then the other note on fleet carriers is that we're aware jump timings do sometimes vary in length at the moment. There's a number of reasons this might be the case, and we're looking into why this is happening at the current time. We know that, what was that? Was it update 13? Where the traffic times were just so ridiculous.
It was 11 because it was it was the carry interiors,
and everyone wanted to watch
the jump.
Sure. Yeah. So sometimes it's just everyone's trying to jump at the same time, and we need to pace things. But in this case, we're going to look into it. It may not be a traffic-related thing. We'll keep you updated. In other news, the Class 5 experimental weapon stabilizers became available. So in case you missed the GalNet article, you should go check it out. But as a result of the CG that went live, which was successful,
you can now attach more AX weapons.
It was Azimuth that made the...
Azimuth Diatech, good guys.
Yeah, the goodies.
The goodies. The good guys.
Have kitted everyone out with these weapon stabilizers that allow you to...
Sarkis in the chat, she's going to be very upset.
Everyone is... not everyone, but anyone who buys one of these stabilizers now, and I think there's a small one and a large one, can now outfit more AX weapons onto your ship for shooting Thargoids if you're that way inclined. All right.
Lots of people saying thank you for the skins. No, you're welcome. Thanks for watching.
On the topic of CGs and GalNet and newsy type things, shall we dip into the newsy bit of the show?
Oh, we're going to do the sting? Are we going to do the sting? We are going to do the sting. Yeah, let's do it. Amazing. Thank you, Toko, so for the stings. So, are you going to take the first one?
Sure. So, in GalNet news this week, pirates led a counterattack against the Thargoids. This article went live on the 2nd of the 2nd, 3309. We're in 3309 now, aren't we, these days? Yes, we are. The Kumo crew marshaled the defense of the California Nebula by offering rewards for eliminating Thargoid vessels. So this was a kickoff to a CG on the 2nd. And the Kumo Council, the syndicate's ruling body, assumed control of several systems that were recently invaded by Thargoid fleets. Independent pilots have been asked to take part in anti-Xeno initiatives within the region, which are being coordinated from the Mictlan megaship. So in the CG, which is now concluded, the top 75% of participants will receive a pirate faction paint job, the green one for the Asp Scout. The top 50 will get the purple paint job.
For the greatest ship in the game.
For the it's a chieftain, isn't it? For the chieftain. And then the top 25% will get the rose paint job for the Crate Phantom. Right, there we go. The most exclusive one.
Yeah, whatever.
So yes, thank you to everyone who participated in that, and good job supporting the Kumo crew.
Okay, cool. So the next on the news we have Mahon Alliance will support Aegis. So the Alliance Assembly has voted to make contributions to Aegis if the agency is reformed by the three superpowers. Prime Minister Edmund Mahon made an official announcement. Basically, he's saying, look, if you're in, I'm in, is basically what he's saying. And in fact, if you want a really good recap of the news, Paul does a really great one each week, doesn't he? So honestly, he'll give you all the GalNet updates, but he'll do like a TLDR in Paul's inimitable style of like, this is basically what's going on. It's well worth a read just for a chuckle.
I think the latest one is still pinned. It went out on Friday, and it's currently pinned on the forum, so do check that out. Yeah,
but basically what they're saying here is, like, you know what, if you want to pay some money, I'll pay some money. So I think Aegis is, maybe it's getting revived. There we go.
There we go.
And then following on, we have a follow-up to the Kumo crew emboldened by the anti-Xeno campaign. Bruce, you want to say this one?
Yes, we do. So this was another Pilots Federation alert that was issued today. A successful initiative to hold the California Nebula against the... I keep saying Nebula.
I like it, though.
I don't know why I'm doing that.
I don't know, but keep on.
Against the Thargoid invasion has succeeded, for now, at least. Systems recently invaded by Thargoid fleets were protected by a militia organised by the Kumo Council, the criminal syndicate's ruling authority in the Enclave. But an attempt to assume control of the region's ports has been surprisingly repelled by opponents of Delane. The Pegassi Sentinel reported on the situation, and they said, there can be no doubt that Archon Delane takes the security of the California Nebula seriously. Many lives were saved thanks to his decisive actions, and a Kumo crew anti-Xeno militia is already being considered for future Thargoid attacks.
There we go. So they're everywhere. The old Thargoids, and they're doing a little bit here, a little bit there. Who knows where they might strike next? Well, we do. Who knows? Right, okay, that's the summary of the news in some respects, and after this it's store, so I guess we're coming out of this with the another sting.
Does the sting have a voice in it?
Yes,
very faintly?
yeah, it does. Yeah. It's Toko, so I'm sure it is.
Yeah, very good.
I kind of want to give away the should we... Do you want a little behind the scenes of one of our assets? Shall I tell them?
Go on.
Shall I?
I mean, I'm trying to work out which asset
you know which one it is, when the maelstroms...
Oh, yeah, right.
All right, then. So we had this idea of doing the emergency alert for when the maelstroms were coming into various various systems, and I wanted it to have a very distinct noise. So that noise that you hear is actually my voice, which has been adjusted by the wonderful Sally Morgan Moore. So when you listen to it, it's actually me going, So there is a little bit behind the scenes of one of our social assets.
This was for the warning.
Yeah, they're going to be arriving. Yeah. So I read all the comments, and one person said, "That's just some guy humming." But only one person said it. But it was in fact my voice being slightly adjusted. So there's a little bit behind the scenes of some of the fun we have when we're doing some of the assets. But it's great. It's a good laugh. It's a good laugh. So there we go. Right. Talking about some additions and some news. We've had some store additions. So we've had a few things to go through here. So it's been a little while since we've dropped some nice new threads for the fashion conscious commanders. But last week we saw the release of the new Vintage Reflect. suits, which were announced over in the forum. So the Vintage Reflect comes in 3 colorations, bundled together for a total of 16,520 arcs.
There we are.
It's one of my favourite suits, actually, because it's like the
vintage, yeah.
Like the cosmonaut kind of suit sort of thing. I really, really like it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. But this is the one, I think it's the next one. We got some, hang on, show off the Vintage Reflect. And then we have the Rose Fine, showing off the new look in the forum. For Adam, it says show Rose Fine JPEG. There we go. Alexa showing off the new look on Twitter. There's Commander Alexa. Yep. And then along with the new cosmetic suits came a release of Groove paint. This is the one. So this is the Groove Chic.
These are very stylish.
Yeah, available in 6 colorations for the
big fan of these.
Astro Explorer. I saw these way back when, and I really, really like these. I got strong Atari vibes out of this, but I really, really like this.
Ooh, sorry to interrupt. Can I just shout out Duncan Kobe?
Yes.
The Omega Lol, who has been our 1,000th message today on me, apparently.
Oh, wow, amazing. Well, congratulations for 1,000 messages. You win Bruce's adulation. So well done to you. But yeah, this ASP paint job is really, really nice. Really, really, really cool.
Yeah, this is very cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We've only got the one image of it. Yeah, okay. We also have, there's a video that sort of cycles through all of the different variations, but it's a really cool paint job.
I know us saying that the paint jobs look cool, maybe it's a bit like that Obama meme where he's putting a medal on himself. Yeah. But really, it's our sort of compliments to the art team.
Yeah, we don't make these.
We don't make them. So, we wouldn't say it if we didn't believe they looked good.
Yeah.
Really big fan of these.
Yeah. The next one is out on Friday, which I haven't got an image of, but I know what it is. It's called Hunter.
Yes, I've seen that one, and those are cool as well.
Yeah, they are cool. Yeah, they're good. All right, so that's what's new in the store and what's in GalNet. So I guess we should move on to the community news, Bruce.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get a closer look at what you lot have been up to in the past couple weeks. So the first thing to shout out is the community events calendar. So if you haven't checked this out yet, I think we have a command ! Events from before. Adam's shaking his head. If not, EliteDangerous.com/community/events will take you straight to it, as will ! Calendar. That was the word. I should have used the other one. Will take you straight to the page. And this is a space for you to share any events that you want to host in the game, player-led events for group activities, essentially.
Yeah.
So if you want to play with some other people and you're saying, hey, I want to set up this cool race, this PvP tournament, this let's do a CG together, let's do some CZs, whatever it is, you can set up an event here, submit it to us, and we'll approve it, and it'll go on the calendar. Equally, if you want to play with some others, and we're showing this on the screen right now, if you want to play with others, you can check out the calendar, see what events are live, and find out all the details you need to get involved. So there's an ongoing event right now that I want to shout out, which is the Halcyon.
Oh, someone says it's a tough little thing here. Phoenix Defies is how many Anchorman quotes can they get in a news section? I don't know. I could.
I feel like
only
that
in
should
the
be a
news
personal
section.
challenge for you. I don't know that many quotes.
Yeah, I'm not good at quotes. 6 minutes time, I get them right every time.
So we have Operation Halcyon, the Kingfisher Xeno Peace Megaship Repair Initiative. So this is actually a coalition of various in-game groups and player-led groups to, well, like it says on the tin, repair the megaship. So I could just give a little synopsis, and this is directly from the events page, so you can read this for yourself as well as how to get involved. So independent pilots are being requested to provide the necessary resources and skills for repairing the Kingfisher megaship orbiting planet B1 in the Hyades sector Y0-Q space B5-1. The ship plays a vital role in communication with the Thargoids. I think a lot of you will remember the Kingfisher F, but it's essential to the Thargoid advocacy project. We encourage pilots and traders to support this initiative by supplying resources and actively taking part in the repair. Reconnaissance teams have discovered that most subsystems, such as communications equipment and power capacitors, remain functional, indicating the possibility of life support. So, very keen to see how this goes. And if you're interested in that, if you're pro, who are these fellas? Thargoid Advocacy Project, Human Xeno Connections, Reforge Aegis, McCoy Spaceways, YKE Technologies, or any of the above, then do consider getting involved.
I mean, there are a lot of human Thargoid connections going on right now, but these are a different type. This is a more friendly handshake rather than a missile up the tailpipe sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right. So, yeah, please have a look at the community calendar. Please add your ones to it. They are reviewed by us and Zach, bless him. Remember Zach? Remember Zach?
Vaguely.
What
do you look like?
Like he was 6. But But yeah, he helps set it up. So please go to the calendar, add in your events. It'd be really,
we
really
shout
cool.
it out every show here, so it's a really good, it's free real estate, good advertising for your show, for your event.
All right, so we're going to go into some other really cool stuff. Now, I've been watching the progress in this one. We've both actually, we've been talking about this in our morning stand-ups. So this is, the first thing we're going to talk about is some of the stuff that's been going on in the community. This is the Pilot's Lounge Lego by Nick Webb, a.k.a. Stuffy by Nick. This is legitimately one of the coolest things I've seen. It's just so cool.
It's very faithful to the actual space.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've put so much effort into this. Well done, Nick. So this is we're looking at a 3D rendering of a generic block setup recreation of a concourse.
Yeah. Yep.
That's exactly what it is, and it looks amazing. It looks so cool.
I love this. I love the, I don't know if producer Adam can go back. It's the where you get the ships from. Why can't I say this?
Interastra?
Yeah, Interastra. There we go. That's what I love.
With the hologram.
The hologram. Yeah. The hologram's really, really fun.
The attention to detail is wicked here. I actually think my favourite, and maybe it was the first one I saw, so I might be a bit biased, but I really thought Pioneer Supplies was a really faithful recreation. I don't know if we have a specific image of the Pioneer Supplies, but maybe we can see it from the top in the larger image. Do check out, I think, I can't remember if they're Nick Webb or Stuff by Nick on Twitter. Apologies either way, Nick. But if you do check them out on Twitter, you'll see more images of this. And yeah, the Pioneer Supplies layout was just so faithful to the actual game.
It's very, insane. Very cool. It's insane. The amount of detail in this is really, really good. And obviously, Nick does loads of cool stuff. So check him out. All right.
So, on the topic of Lego, here's one for you, Arthur, from QWinter131 on Reddit, who has built a Lego Alliance Chief.
That is, I had not seen this. This is Chef's Kiss. Look at that.
It's beautiful. It is, again, very faithful.
Is that a render or is that an actual build?
That's a great question. If anyone in chat knows, let us know, because I'm not sure off the top of my head.
That is so good.
It's very well done. What I like about this is, so apparently this is 1 to 300 scale. What I like about I don't know if this was Sally, but I think it's called Little Chief 1, the image. But what's really skillful here to me is that being such a small scale, but using each block very precisely to make it look real, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You have to like the placement and the choice of the bricks is spot on. So yeah, really well done.
It's really cool. It's really, really cool. I love that. And I also like the landing gear. They got that right at the back as well. The little landing gear coming down is really, really cool.
Yeah, so nice job, QWinter131.
All right. So next on top of this, we have from Nash076 on Twitter. This is the Raspberry Pi Elite cockpit display. Check this out. So obviously Raspberry Pi made by Elite. Well, I was going to say God, but David Braben. It's good enough. There we go. This is really cool. So I've equated this. I dug through my old parts, a 4-inch Raspberry Pi screen, a project box, a USB 3.0 hub, a USB to HDMI adapter, a camera, ball joint mount, put it all together and you get Elite Dangerous cockpit display. That's really cool.
Yeah, nice job.
I wonder if David's seen this actually. He's in studio today. So we'll see if we can get under his nose and see if we can have a little look.
See what he thinks.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I know he's a Raspberry Pi fan as well.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I think we went to LaveCon. They had a Raspberry Pi running Elite, the original Elite on it. I'm sure they did.
Yes.
I remember seeing that. It might have been, I'm not sure it was Dave Pearson had that. I can't remember. It was really cool. Super cool. But yeah, this is great. This is great.
Excellent work. We also had another creation from Velko Vidic on Reddit. These were some blueprints for the Diamondback Explorer.
Yeah.
These just look amazing.
That's what we need to do next show, Bruce. We have to bring that manual down. That
it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, we'll bring it down. So Velko sent us through an actual hard copy of these blueprints, and it is just.
It's one of the coolest objects I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
so full on. My understanding is that I don't know. Is Velko Vidic an architect, like an actual architect?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah,
I think that's the case. So we're talking like full on, bigger than A4, like almost A3 book full of technical drawings, breaking down all of the parts of each of the ships, and they look incredible. Yeah, so good.
It's so cool. And the honest to goodness truth on this is that we just don't know what to do with it quite yet, because it's that cool, right? Like we're talking to different people about what we could do with it. It's so good. So it hasn't been forgotten. Obviously, we had Christmas and all this sort of stuff in between, and we're constantly doing stuff with Elite behind the scenes. But we'll bring it on for next show and show you this tome of just blueprints. It's just really cool. It's all like this for all different ships. It's honestly, it's brilliant.
Thank you very much, Velko Vidic. And then lastly from this section, we have the High Wake on YouTube / Twitter from Arissa. So my notes here tell me that Arissa, Elite Dangerous Arissa. So several episodes from the life of Her Imperial Majesty Arissa Lavinia Duval, with slight exaggeration, love, and respect. Shall we roll clip?
Roll the clip.
Meet Arissa Lavinia Duval, the 16th Emperor. In addition to her strange habit of spying on slaves, she's known for making her best laws while sleeping in a cryochamber. No one seriously considered Senator Arissa as a pretender to the throne, but shortly before the successful assassination attempt on the 15th Emperor, she declared that she was his daughter all along and would love to take the throne eventually. You know, if something happens with the Emperor, perhaps the Emperor would have objected. But Arissa had a DNA test, and after a year or so there was no one to object. Emperor Hengist mocked his people especially cruelly those days, falling into a coma and coming out of it. Finally the citizens couldn't stand it, and some guy helped the Emperor to make a choice. Just before he has decided he is already okay enough to marry somebody. Fellow senators made Arissa the next emperor, and Princess Aisling, who was already choosing pillows and foot massages for the imperial throne, was very disappointed. But it is foolish to argue with somebody who claims the crown, after which the emperor mysteriously dies, and Aisling decided not to insist. Things in the empire went on as usual. Arissa was giving away papers prepared by the previous emperor, and ordering entire ships of slaves, not trying to look busy and making exceptions only for the rebels of various kinds who chased the members of the Duval family. A free and independent press scribbled laudatory articles about their adored emperor, praising her honesty, focus on results, and efficiency in the fight against corruption. Everything was alright until conspirators got carried away hunting for Duvals and butchered an indecently large batch. At that moment, the Emperor lost her nerve and decided it was time to go on vacation to some well-protected bunker. Having packed dress, slaves, cats, slaves, cosmetics, and possibly thousands of slaves, Arissa got the keys and a map from the senators and hit the road. Unfortunately, she never reached her destination. A couple of cunning senators, hatching plans for building a happy society, stole the Emperor right on the spot and hid her in the cryochamber. Life sparkled with new colors. The guys were coming up with new laws and sending them to the Senate on behalf of the Emperor, whose fingerprints and iris scans to confirm the authenticity were not an issue for obvious reasons. Agents of Imperial Intelligence were motivated to do nothing. They were hanging around and giving evasive answers to anyone who asked where's the Emperor. The dark shadow of democracy began to creep over the Empire. But Princess Aisling suddenly became suspicious, and noticed that her funny buzz-loving aunt skips family celebrations too often. Instead of immediately trying to take the throne for herself, Aisling began to ask uncomfortable questions. So everyone started looking for the Emperor, rummaging around nearby systems and polishing lost communication beacons. After some time, they finally found the Emperor in the hands of the private military company, Darkwater Incorporated, in the Summerland system. The cryochamber with Arissa was detected and recaptured. Princess Aisling, who lost the throne once again, received a big thanks as a reward.
Love it. I absolutely love that. Yeah, it's really cool, and I really appreciate the fact that there's a little me and Sally on the TV.
Yeah, so many nice little details. I loved you and Sally, very recognisable.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I was low-key upset that I didn't get a little cartoon made of me, but I wasn't gonna ask. But it was great to see me on screen there with Sally. Yeah. Do you know what, these are a little bit dry.
What
Barkeep? Sorry, Barkeep. Could I? Yeah, when you get a moment, can I have another? Amazing, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, big thanks to everyone over at the High Wake. The drawings and the animation, a lot of fun. Obviously, the music very good as well. The whole thing, just so lovely to see.
Yeah, it's very wholesome.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very wholesome.
See members of the community making content like that, and obviously we love to share and celebrate it.
Oh, thanks. Just there, pop it in the tab. Thank you. Cheers.
All right. So, as we mentioned earlier at the top of the show, we will do a recap of everything. This is going to be a slightly shorter one this week, purely because Dev are working hard on update 15, which is coming fairly soonish. I don't think we've got an exact date.
We've said April. We said we're targeting for April. It is another large update, so obviously there's a lot of work going into what's happening in update 15. We'd like to have a segment here where we talk about Dev. We've still got some bits to go through, and we'll go through those in a second. But yeah, we are letting Dev work, and they have asked us, please let us get our heads down and crack on with the stuff we've got to crack on with. So sorry we don't have a Dev on this show. We will try and get one for the next one if they've got some time.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, shall we move on to...
Someone said hints for 15. Can I give hints for 15?
What could you hint at that isn't too much of a giveaway? Because everything's just so big. It's got some serious heft, update 15.
Yeah, it's... I think players will be... I can't hint anything, to be fair. I don't think.
Let me ask you a question.
You're asking me a question? Yeah, you're asking me a question.
Given what's happening in the game at the moment, given the direction of the narrative and everything else, do you think if a player tried and thought about it, they could reasonably predict some of the things that are coming? Using the clues and using a bit of deduction.
Some of it, yes, but not all of it, no.
Not maybe the broad strokes, but not the finer details.
Yes, that, yeah,
okay.
That. I'm genuinely very excited for 15. It's like I say, it's targeting April. I don't want to ruin it. One of the things we said we're super keen on is letting players experience moments. So that's the thing we want to keep on doing, is letting players experience moments as and when they find them. And sometimes, I'll try and lay this out. Sometimes it's not the minute the update drops. Sometimes their stuff is there. You just have to find it. And sometimes it takes a little while, but it is there. When we talked about the Maelstroms, when they were added, no one noticed them for a little while, but they were there and they were travelling. Sure. But I'm not saying we're adding more. I'm just saying it's going to be very, very enjoyable, I think, and it's going to be a lot of tinfoil hats going on. There's going to be a lot of it will further the war. Obviously, will continue. But yeah, I'm excited, very, very excited. Dev are working on a lot of stuff, and they are really, really busy. And when we say Dev, it's one of the things I want to point out, and I saw it in the chat. It's like when we look at different. I know a lot of you understand this, but I just want to make sure in case some people don't. Not all devs work on all things. So like when we talk about doing paint jobs and stuff, it isn't the same development team that's working on the core game. It's a separate team, just as talented, but they're talented in different areas. So they're working on the paint jobs, etc. So it's not like we're taking away from the core team to make paint jobs or vice versa. The same with website, the same with all that sort of stuff. So the team that are working on the really cool stuff 15, they're really, really busy because there's a lot of stuff in there to be working on, essentially. And I've got to tread carefully. So I'm
enjoying you walking the tightrope very carefully.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm just excited. I'm excited. We want players to discover stuff. We want them to enjoy the moment. And we want them to have payoff.
We're in that position again where, and it's not a bad place to be, where we're super excited because we know what's coming.
Yeah.
But the nature of it means we can't say much because we don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, we can give a little bit of a kind of behind the scenes about. We discussed this in the past, and we're very keen on. We said like we're going to go very heavily narrative driven. It's probably the most narrative driven league's ever been at the moment with what's going on.
100%.
But we did set out very, very early on to say that the thing that makes elite is it's a personable journey for the commander, the player. I'm also a player. I have my own moments that I like to enjoy, and what we didn't want to do was overly handhold any players into an event. Sometimes we'll do stuff that we literally can't show you. So like the the HIP 22460. We couldn't show every player that at the same time, so we wanted that to be in there. But a lot of stuff we're trying to work towards is stuff we're going to put in the game for you to actually experience yourself as a player. And that's a moment that will be personal to you,
Yes.
Rather than a generic, here's the same thing everyone sees.
That's one thing that's not changing. If anything, it's continuing, and maybe even more so, is we're going to allow you to discover and unfold and drive the direction of things as we release them.
Yeah, no, exactly that. But yes, it's still scheduled for April. Still working very, very hard on it behind the scenes. I have asked very kindly if we can share something that's going to be in it just a little bit ahead of the release. So I'll try and remain in developers' good books by not spoiling anything. And if we can, then I will give you a little heads up. Maybe in March we'll show something. End of March we'll show something that's going to be going into update 15. Just so you can have a little look-see. We don't keep you on tenterhooks all the way. But it'll just be a little something. But can't hold me to that.
Cool. All right.
Someone's asked a question about cinematics. So look, we take on board the issue that some players have with the cinematics, and they serve a purpose. I just sort of mentioned it there. We want to have cinematics for when we can't let players experience something, but we're also aware that some players weren't overly happy with the cinematic in the previous update, so we want to make sure when they do come back, because there certainly will be more. I'm not going to say when or how many more. We want to make sure that they live up to the standards that you guys want. So that's all the things we've taken on board and we'll look at. So yeah, there we go.
Absolutely. Producer Adam has asked me to let you know that he's going to disappear for a bit. We're saying goodbye to him.
Oh, okay.
Super temporarily, to fetch something.
Well, that's worrying, because he's leaving us in charge of the stream.
Well, we won't have to press any buttons. That would be a disaster. Thankfully, he should be quick, because Producer Adam is nice and light on his feet.
He is. In fact, he's going to float out the room, if I'm
so
correct.
Light. Yes.
All right, so there we go. I'll try and answer some more questions in chat, or just any general questions if you want to ask me. Please just give us a shout.
Yes, absolutely. In the meantime, should we move on to our next segment of the show? And like we say, we're going to take this one nice and easy, have a chat about the various bits that we're looking at, and yes, anyone in chat will have a chance to ask us whatever you would like.
Someone's asked a question: will George Thargoid and the Danger Daisy Destroyers release any new singles? I'm not sure. I don't think I've heard the first one. I'm not sure I want to hear the first one. But if someone can send me a link, I'd love to hear it. If not, we can always ask. I think since we had Robin on, he mentioned that the Thargoids were used some sort of jazz instruments. It's become a bit of a thing now.
Right, yes.
The most aggressive jazz players in the galaxy. It's just moving in.
Very aggressive.
So there we go. All right, okay.
Okay.
I missed a question about only blue ones in the bowl, so I'm assuming someone's asked about the N and N's that are in the bowl.
Right.
But they are only blue, because that's what I demanded. And this is, in fact, a glass of dolphin tears, which I asked for as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just people asking about do we still play? We still play the game. We still play the game, and this is a question I think people ask us all the time. And there's a reason why. And look, actually, there's another reason why we don't do so many gameplay segments, I guess, on the show. And this is us just being totally honest. Like, we all play Elite Dangerous, we all love Elite Dangerous, but we are fully aware we're not as good as a lot of our viewers, and so watching us can be quite painful. You know, if you ever watch me try and dock a ship in with FA off, it is horrendous.
Oh, man,
I can't do
the
it.
last bucketball race we attempted.
It doesn't mean that any one of us love the game any less. So what we're trying to do with the streams is just make them a little bit more qualitative for you. So, like, hence the reason, with the exception of this show, we'll try and have a developer on to talk about some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. We'll try and give you some news on the actual game. Maybe it's an update. Or just acknowledge that we've taken in some feedback. And so we kind of shied away from doing more gameplay, because, to be fair, you guys can watch a lot of more talented streamers than us playing Elite Dangerous, but that doesn't change the way we love Elite Dangerous or how we play it. I've said this probably 1,000 times, and it'll probably be on my gravestone. The reason why I love Elite Dangerous is it simply is for everybody. You don't have to be any particular discipline to enjoy Elite Dangerous. You can be a combat pilot, you can be a trader, you can be an explorer, you can be a mixture of all three. You can do mining. It really doesn't matter. Did you nail that? Did you get that? I hate him.
So,
but you play the game how you want, and you can be as good or as bad as it, and you can still have, because it's just a personal ball. I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to try it. I'm not trying it. You were going to say something.
I saw a question in the chat asking about the return of the console migration portal. I know we mentioned this or we were discussing
Yes,
it the other day.
I have asked, and we are looking at. So I've raised this with Dev, and I did say I get some answers for the next. Well, actually, the week after. I haven't got them just yet. I'm asking questions. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, a lot of mechanics that have changed since then. So I will get an answer as to roughly when that's going to be. We can expect to have that back. It is on my priority list, and I do raise it in the meetings. But obviously, what I want to do is give you a reasonable answer that doesn't just say it's coming soon. I don't have a date for you. It is going to return. That I can tell you. As we said in the previous post, it won't be as comprehensive because obviously the Galaxy has changed since then. But they're busy hard at work trying to work out exactly what it is they can get across. So that, as I said before, they'll try and give the best experience as possible, but they're just assessing all of that right now. And obviously we had update 14 go live and 14.02 go live, so we now have a little bit of time to assess. Hopefully we can get like a month schedule for you to say, look, it's coming back in March or April or whenever. But as soon as I know, I'll let you know. And Dev are working on it.
Absolutely. All right, this is the terrifying part of the show where we've now been left to our own devices.
I said, press all the buttons, Bruce. We're only going to get one chance at this. We should go over there. Look, his command chat. If you could see his command station, it's unbelievable. How many monitors do you reckon he's got? 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're counting the ones
5,
on this side.
6, 7, 8 monitors. 8 monitors, Bruce. Surely we can press a button. It won't break anything.
The camera will start like spinning upside down. We'll be in black and white suddenly. The contrast will go bananas.
We could, just to really make him freak out, we could go over there and turn off all the monitors, so he doesn't know what's happened. We just turn them off, and he just thinks the whole system's broken.
I think we'd only be shooting ourselves in the foot, really.
We would be. All right, so should we move on to? Oh, we're chatting to chat, aren't we? Because he's gone. He's gone. We can't press any buttons.
We cannot move on to our next segment just yet, while producer Adam performs a brief errand for us. So if you do have any more questions in the chat, now is the best time. Rooster wants to know if everything is going to plan with update 15.
Yes.
To my knowledge, yes. We are on schedule and things are looking good.
One of the things I think we're getting better at is we're setting expectations in terms of like, and it's been a confidence change for all of us to say, look, we're aiming for April. But I think we are comfortable saying to you guys, look, we're aiming April, but if things change, because it's very, very complex, and it's not me sort of teaching people to suck eggs or anything, then we're happy to say to you guys, look, we've told you when to expect it. If it changes, we'll tell you. And I think that's the fairest way to be, right? Rather than not say anything. So far, I think it's going well. I'm very lucky to sit on some milestone meetings and look at some of the footage for some of the stuff. Careful, Tommy, careful. And thus far, it looks very, very good. And it's everything as well. It's not just content. It's all the other things that go around that. So there's all the behind the scenes stuff, like for publishing, that we have to do. There's also the stuff like it is, I guess, it is dev work, but it's not like a physical thing. I'm making a terrible hash of this, but like speaking to Robin and the guys making all the sound effects and musical score, and maybe there's some new music or something like that. Having that go in, that all takes time. And listening to it and hearing the iterations is really cool. And one of the great things about being in this side of the fence on game development is you get to see how the sausage is made, but you also get to see how things were before. So you can see something, but I remember when this was just a grey box. I remember when this was like, this never happened, or this guy had no head, or whatever it was going to be.
Yes.
And then you see it in the flesh, and everyone's like, that's incredible. And you're like, yeah, but you never saw it. Like, how many times did we play the Odyssey tutorial? And every time it changed, like every single time.
Yes.
And then it changed. It started off in a different planet. Do you remember? And then it changed location on the planet, and then it changed. It didn't have the SRV in it, and then it did have the SRV in it, and then it didn't have VO, then it did have VO, then it didn't have. And it just went on and on and on.
For sure.
So it's interesting. It's quite fun to see that sort of stuff.
Tom Kuhl and I had a nice conversation about this, talking about the Scorpion when it was in development and seeing it in the sort of test area. And I think it's probably more complicated than this, but he essentially had settings or sliders that he could change things like how it's affected by gravity and the grip and the speed and all this kind of stuff. And these things go through so many different iterations. But I'm sure they have a lot of fun with that as well. Like, if that was me, maybe Tom's more responsible and
Tom's not responsible. Tom built the Nerf cannon.
That's true. So I'm sure at some point
the confetti cannon. He built the confetti cannon.
Turned friction down to 0 and speed up to max and just went for it. There was actually, on this similar sort of topic, there's a really cool question from Jack Little, and I don't know, I mean, I think I can get away with saying this. He's asked whether devs can fly as Thargoid interceptors. And the answer is yes. I mean, obviously we can do that. Like I say we. I've never done it. But my understanding is that if they so choose, yes, the developers can do that. It's not something we ever plan to release or allow you lot to do, obviously. But yeah, I mean, why would we not be able to do that? And why would we not have a lot of fun with it?
Oh, it's incredible. So
Adam is back.
Adam's back, and he's actually saved me because it's something I promised to do and I forgot to do. So this is the incredible. Let me just open this up. Hopefully you'll be able to see it on camera. But this is
Might have to hold it closer.
Yeah, I'll try.
Or we can just.
You
got long arms. You can just put it right up to the.
You got long arms.
Long arm Larry over here.
This is the incredible 3309 calendar from the Winged Hussars, and each month is an incredible screenshot from Elite Dangerous. We get these every year. So thank you so much to the Winged Hussars and everyone that sends these, through. These are so cool. It's Roots Rat, yeah.
So thank you for sending them across.
These are so cool. It means I can, yeah, it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. And David is very grateful for his as well. He's got it. I think he picked us up today. Look at that. Look at that shot. I get stuck to that. There we go. Look at this. And I mean, it is a crate, but it is a crate, I think. Yeah, it's a crate. Of course, it's a crate. You can see it's out of focus in the shop. It's deliberately out of focus. It's such a cool shot.
Focus,
yeah, foreground is focus. It's such a good shot. These are wonderful. So thank you so much, Roots Rat, and obviously the Winged Hussars. This is. I look forward to these. So that's great. Thank you so much. And thanks, Adam, for running upstairs and getting it. And we didn't set anything on fire. Bruce wanted to turn off all the screens, but I told him no, be sensible. But he was adamant he wouldn't turn the screens off and make it feel like you'd come back to the system being broken. But I said, as your boss, Bruce, you can't do that. So I stopped him. You're welcome.
I've got nothing to say to that.
All right. So should we move on to our next segment?
Let us mosey on down to Stellar Screenshotville. Arthur,
yes.
What are Stellar Screenshots?
So Stellar Screenshots are screenshots of Elite Dangerous.
Of the Stellar
variety. And you can enter these using hashtag Stellar Screenshots, or you can add to the forum thread or the Facebook thread. And basically each week we'll go through, Paul normally goes through it. And we'll have a look at all the different Stellar Screenshots that we have, and he'll pick 10 winners. And if you're lucky enough to be to be a winner, then you'll receive one of the 3 unique paint jobs for the ASP. It's the Shatter paint jobs, if I'm right in saying that?
Yes.
And I can't remember all the names.
Ice, acid, and lava.
Acid is the one I can always remember. But yes, you'll win one of 3 of those. So there we go. All right. There's a note here.
No, there's not.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna bring. Oh no, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
So yes, Stellar Screenshots, and every week, if you're chosen on a week we happen to be streaming, then we will showcase them on the stream. On the other weeks, every week, regardless, they are shared on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. So anyone who gets chosen, like Arthur has mentioned, wins one of those paint jobs and becomes one of our winners for Stellar Screenshots. And we're about to do that now. Should we hop in and see our first winners from the past week? So this is an entry from Commander Troubled Artist, who I think has won before. Always a strong contender. What do you make of this image?
I would call this Moments Before Death, because that's a star, right?
Is it? I mean, it's got bumps on it. Is it a star or is it just very red?
I don't know. From this, it looks like a star. But then he's very close. What are we thinking, chat? Star? That's not bright enough, is it?
But what about the intense yellow bits?
They are intense. What do we say about them? Yes, Bruce. There's some bright
hotspots.
Hotspots on there, yeah. Our chat messages are frozen, producer Adam, so I can't see any.
Might have to click on the
the new messages tab. There you go.
Can't get good help around here.
Oh, hang on. They've all gone. Bruce, did you have and touch some buttons? You did, didn't you? You were pressing the buttons. Oh, it's back. It's back. There we go.
Okay. All right. I'm a big fan of this image. I think it's a really cool shot. I always love this sort of. It makes us feel like we're part of the crew. We're in the cockpit. Boss is telling us, "Hey, why are you steering us into a planet that might be a star?"
He's probably screaming, "Pull up!"
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, really cool image. Actually, I like the nice contrast, and there's some good rule of thirds happening in here as well. So yeah, really well done.
That's a good shout. Sorry, I'm not reading a question here. It says, is there any consideration to allow bobbleheads in the carriers? There's lots of stuff I'd like to do with carrier interiors. I'm sure there is from chat. Again, We say this all the time, we do pass on all the notes from our community back into the development team. Obviously, we have to try and prioritise around what gets done where and when. But I'd love to see some of the bubbles and some of the stuff put on carriers, yes. This is a great shot. So this is a wrecked starport or a station, right? And I can't work out what ship that is from this angle. I want to say...
Yeah, it's really silhouetted and difficult to make out.
Enhance.
Genuinely can't tell from here. I'm sure someone in chat will very quickly tell us which ship it is. But yeah, very dramatic, very cool. I love the way they've silhouetted, like you say, the station. And yeah, it's recently been attacked by a Thargoid. Beautiful colours, beautiful glow. Really well composed by
chat, if you could bear with us as well. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties with our restream at the minute. It seems to be. I think it may be back now. Yes, it's back. Thank you very much. Sorry, we had awful trouble there with our chat. We had just like block out on the screen, but it's fine. Thank you. We're back.
Federal gunship. Yes, yeah, it does look like a gunship.
Yeah, it actually. Or some saying Type 7.
That does not seem to be the consensus.
Everyone's saying federal gunship. Yes. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Someone said UFO. Could be. Aren't they called UAPs now?
Are they?
Yeah, unidentified flying phenomena.
You would know.
I'm a big conspiracy theorist, but that's not what the stream's for. Let's move. Let's move on.
Okay, all right. Is the game being renamed to Elite Danger Bruce?
It should be. Only when you play with him.
Yeah.
You've killed me 3 times now on stream.
Only 3. Okay.
Once, as I came to rescue you,
but that was,
after you called me to rescue you.
That one is the one I feel really sorry about because I was trying to save you from someone and
Hang
it
on,
was a
you
genuine
called
accident.
me over to help you.
Yeah.
I came over to help you while saying, don't run me over.
Right.
And then you ran me over.
And the guy who was trying to kill you.
So you saved me from the guy killing me by killing me.
It cancels out, I think.
You used lethal force to protect me. Brilliant.
That's a net neutral. Karma is neither positive nor negative.
No, it's definitely negative. You killed one bad guy.
Right, and one
neutral.
Good guy in theory. I think, if anything, maybe slightly net positive.
Right. There's a little glimpse into Bruce's psyche, everyone. That's why you shouldn't play with Bruce online, because you'll just die. Right, okay. What's the next screenshot we have here?
So, up next we have a very dramatic and moody image from Constance Flux, who is spying on a settlement in the far end.
I'm sure they're scanning some biologicals, but it does look like they are...
That looks a bit nefarious to me, like they're planning something or other.
Yeah, it looks like they're staring at the tower, and it's like a heist being planned.
Yes, they're casing the joint.
Although wearing the bright white flight suit probably isn't...
Yes, the Artemis is maybe not the one I'd have chosen.
No, probably not.
Which actually does lend credence to your... Well, no, that's part of their cover. Like you said, they're...
Oh, I see. They're out there scanning biologicals, but actually they're scoping out the next bank job they're going to do on that tower heist.
Yes, there we go.
Terrible movie, by the way. Don't watch it. Great shot there. Thank you very much, Constance Flux. This is cool. Look at this.
Commander GadNock. Holy moly. So...
DBX?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we parked on?
Station. It's just a megaship or station, right?
Right. And it's super close to another planet.
I'd like to think so, yes.
Okay.
Or is that rings? I can't work it out at this angle. They might be rings.
Okay.
But it's very hard. Again, chat, please bear with us. Although that is a bigger screen, it is still...
a ring.
It is quite a way away from us.
It is a ring.
Those are rings, yeah.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat. Thank you.
Thanks,
yep. No, yep. Rings. Yep, we got it.
Right.
We got it. Yep.
Okay.
Cool. I guess... Oh, no. We'll speak about it afterwards, actually. Presents? I keep calling them presents. Prizes.
I mean, they're presents in a sense.
They are. They are presents. We'll talk about it in a bit.
Yeah, no, very cool image. Thank you so much, Commander GadNock.
Yeah, it's a really cool image. As is this. It's a neutron star with a star in a star set around it. Is that a crater or is it just the landscape? I can't work that out. That's a massive crater.
Oh, it's hard. Well, I see what you mean. Like the front layer is maybe obfuscating, or is it a hole behind that?
I've told you before, don't use big words around me, Bruce.
Hole?
Yeah. Smaller.
Okay. So, no, this is really cool. It's actually like the star in the background is wearing the neutron star as a little bow.
Yeah, a little bow and a hat. Yeah.
Pretty cute. And the colours are obviously very beautiful.
Yeah.
Super nice shot. Again, it's one of those postcardy kind of shots where there's no...
You can't see the commander or vehicle,
no ship, and it's just
So obviously people ask how do commanders find this sort of hue? You have to get there as the star is rising or setting to get this sort of the coloration to permeate through the atmosphere. So it's not like this. If the star's high in the sky, you won't see it like that. But it's a really cool shot. That's great. That's really cool. I mean, I think Sally would like this one.
Mid-step as well.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Adds a little bit of motion to
There's a lot of pink going on in this picture.
It's one of the pinkest I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's a lot of pink here, and the adverts turn pink as well in honour of the screenshot. Great work, Commander 2, DKO 2. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And this is just lines to bracket the DKO. But yeah, it's a great shot, and great to get it mid-step, and also the silhouetted moon or planet in the background.
Yeah,
great.
Bit of everything here, nicely done. Angel Lost 7 says DKO is their homie. Well, shout out to your homie then.
This is superb. This is ultra dramatic. Look at that.
This is like a...
It's like a John Wick.
I was going to say, it's a movie, not poster, but a frame from an action movie, for sure.
Commander Jaguar Prime. This is a great shot. So
I think he's busted into the
power room.
Yeah,
power room. Yeah,
and turned around because suddenly someone's caught him and he's immediately on the draw.
Yeah,
and it's about to go down.
Some engineer's about to get taken out. Although I was watching
half witty. It's the regulator.
The regulator. Yeah, the regulator. One man, one mission. But I was watching.
Say Jaguar Prime.
What, in that voice?
Jaguar Prime is the regulator.
Jaguar Prime is the regulator. In a cinema.
Very good. Very good. You're like the guy who does the...
No, nowhere near that guy. You hear his voice is ridiculous. But I was funny enough, I was watching a stream whilst I was working today, and it was Brother Tobias, I think, actually, and he was going around an anarchy settlement.
Right.
And he was literally playing as like legit RoboCop. He was like stopping the NPCs and like, I need to scan you, and they were like, oh, look, I should be clean. And he was literally like, and if they come up with a bounty, he would like quick draw his plasma pistol and just down them. It's brutal, just brutalise them, like bam. So yeah, it's great. Maybe it's something like that. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Power's down, something's moving, but you know you've already killed everything. Yeah. That's why I wear the brown pants. Right. Okay. So we now have Commander Cartomania. This is a great shot.
I always love this. I love the. What would you call it? I mean, it's illusion, isn't it, really, where you use an object in the background, but the foreground and the character to... It's like people holding up the Tower of Pisa and all that kind of stuff, but way cooler.
This is great, because you can even say it's coming out of the gun, but I think it looks like they're blowing a bubble. Like it's bubble gum.
Oh, bubble gum.
Yeah, I think it looks like they're blowing bubble gum.
Yeah, for sure.
I really like that picture. Not sure about the parking on the old on the Imperial. Is that a clipper or
too small to be a cutter, isn't it? So I think it's a clipper.
Yeah.
Unless the angle's a bit odd, but yeah.
You might need to buff that out afterwards. But it looks all right.
Bit of a tilt.
Bit of a tilt, yeah.
The blues are beautiful as well. They've taken this at a really nice time. The
Courier.
It is Courier.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really beautiful shot. Nicely done by Cartomania.
Oh wow!
This has got Paul written all over it, hasn't it?
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, I mean, Paul. It was maybe this is the other side of it. It's a different Commander Lockjammer.
Right. This is what you see on the way into the room that Jaguar is hiding.
Yeah, that's what's left. That's all that's left. That's what he's looking at. But yeah, it's a great shot. Very dramatic. Good use of the fisheye and the depth of field there. Really, really cool. It's not quite a Dutch angle, is it? Dutch angle?
Yeah, it's a bit of an angle,
little bit of a Dutch angle. Yeah. Lockjam's a great name as well.
Yeah,
big fan of that name.
Very cool.
What do we have next? We have one more. Oh wow!
Ooh,
it's Guardian Ruins, right?
Yes, looks like it. But from a distance, which is nice because you can sort of see the breadth of the whole site in this really beautiful sort of powdery pink glow.
Yeah, with the pink, I'm assuming gas giant up in the sky there. Where's the light source coming from? Is the star just... Where is that light source coming from?
Is it sort of just beyond the horizon but underneath?
Yeah, possibly. Looks like it has to be, right? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. This is really, really cool. But I mean, a lot of people sitting here, there's so many stellar screenshots, and I say this every single time. We go through stellar screenshots, and you've seen how many presentations I do, and without fail, they are laden with stellar screenshots, and not just the ones we show on here. Like the amount of cool screenshots people put in, they work out. It might be the star actually. Yeah, maybe it is the star. But it's a great shot. But yeah, you see that Roots put a link in there, so if you want to submit your set of screenshots, please do. The light source is the ghost of the Guardian, says Commander Exorcist. That is the star. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Okay, Brown Dwarf. The brown dwarf.
The pinkest brown dwarf ever. Yeah, very cool. Thank you for sending that in, Ratcatcher, and thank you to everyone who submitted stellar screenshots this week, and an extra congratulations to everybody who won. You will be receiving one of 3 Asp Explorer Shatter paint jobs if you haven't got them all already.
Yes, there are. Yep. So someone's like, are there any planet bases? There are bases on planets.
Yes.
Yes.
That is a thing that exists.
Yes, they do. I mentioned as we were going through that, because it kind of reminded me, we were talking about rewards. We did a bit of sorting of our own this afternoon, didn't we, Bruce?
We did.
So we have a plethora of prizes for this year that we've sort of cobbled together. I'd say cobbled together is the wrong word. We spent a lot of money on them, actually. I'm not going to spoil the grand prize, actually, because that is...
We've got one heck of a Brucey bonus chonker prize.
It's a chunk of a prize. We need to just work this one out, but we've got a nice slew of prizes and stuff. So keep your eye on our socials and obviously this show, because going forward into the year, we're going to have some chance for you to win some really cool stuff. Some little stuff, some big stuff, some mahoosive stuff.
Yes.
Yes. It's a big year for us, so we're going to be enjoying it and spreading the love by giving some prizes out for you guys, not just ship skins, but also some physical items we can send to your houses.
To where you live.
To the place, your abode.
Where you sleep.
Yep, where you make dinner.
Arthur will go around.
I'll make dinner. You won't eat my dinner. You won't eat dinner. All right, so that's a recap on today's show. So obviously it's been very community heavy today, and we apologise for that, but it's purely because the devs are hard at work on update 15, which is still scheduled for April of this year. It's going to be another chonker of an update, and we're very excited to get your hands on it, or for you to get your hands on it. And we'll have more to share on that in the coming months. We're already halfway through February, so not too long to wait until we start getting very, very close to that launch date, and we'll probably start teasing some more. And hopefully, if I'm kind to Deb, they'll let us tease something or show you something that's going into it in March at some point. So that's the plan to do that. We went through some of the updates we've had so far in February, so obviously, or this year. So obviously we've had the patch 14.02 has gone out, which addressed a number of things. And then we also listed out the changes that came to the AX combat bonds, and also how you can push back against the Thargoids in the Thargoid War. Bruce, anything else we want to cover off there?
No, I think that just about covers it. I don't really actually have anything to add for the time being. I just hope you've all enjoyed the show. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to all of you and see you all again. And here's to hopefully another year of great...
Well, we've got 5 minutes. I might take a few more questions, just so we've done an hour and a half, because we'll be half hour short on this one, so I don't want to... we'll see what we got, if we've got any questions. And also, a special shout out to Ninja Space Unicorn, who I believe it's your birthday today, so happy birthday. I can't do 15 minutes, because I can do 5, because that appeases my OCD. That takes us to half past then.
Well, let's not take... What if we stay around until 31?
Till 31? Then I'll get really upset.
All right. We've got a hard stop at half past. But yes, if you want to ask any questions, now's a great time. We're just going to sort of hang out, I guess, for a few minutes.
Yeah, we can see.
To enjoy the end of the show.
Excellent stream, says NASA 105. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What was the date on update 15? So we're scheduled for April of this year. When we get into April, or close to April, we should probably be able to tell you what week commencing it'll be.
Racketeer wants us to keep going until the drop finishes. Well, if you're talking about the seasonal drop, you'll get that after 15 minutes. Both of them after 15 minutes, am I right, Producer Adam? And for the purple ones...
Oh, we haven't done Where's Producer Adam?
Oh, that's a good point. I mean,
it's...
he's throwing his hands up now.
Is there anyone else behind me? Oh, no, who's that? Who is that? What are you doing? Oh, yeah, they're in the chat. I want to go through murmuring. Can we see where...
So we like to hide Producer Adam in the background of the show each time, right?
Each time, yeah. So can anyone spot where Ninja Adam is? Where Adam is today?
I mean,
our chat is actually, to be fair as well, chat, our chat has been all over the show, so I'm sorry for missed questions, but it seems to be very slow, and then it goes really fast, and it disappears. I can't see what's happening. Oh, it's stopped now. Now we've got a white screen.
No, we've got no chat.
Oh, we've got the little mushroom person, whoever that is. Someone says there's a beluga stuck in a mouse slot. Is there? Bruce, get out there and push.
Then I'll be the beluga stuck in the mouse slot.
Okay. He just keeps sitting there menacing me. I think they've seen... Yeah, he's making sure we're on track. So even when he left the room, he was still here watching us. There, and crushing your head, and crushing your head. I can't remember what that was from. Some yonks old TV series where like a comedy sketch show. What station are we in? I don't know. I was asleep when we got here. I will tell you afterwards.
We just woke up here.
Yeah, woke up here. Adam's behind you, checking you out. Yeah, he is. Kids in the hall. Kids in the hall. That's it. Thank you.
Never heard of that.
You're too young, Bruce. Don't worry about it. It was a great show. Cool stuff. All right. He hasn't gotten his drink. No, not yet. No, but the barkeep did give me one. So.
All right.
All right. Okay. Look.
So
we've got a minute left. So I'm going to say we've reached the end. Thank you very much for joining us for this show. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time for another Frameshift Live. We'll do our very best to see if we can wrangle a developer away from Update 15 work. But if they are too busy, then obviously it will be a no-no on that front. And if we don't, maybe we'll do something a little bit different on that stream. But again, we'll see when we get towards it. Obviously, Twitch Drops will be back next show. They may not be seasonal ones, but we'll find something for you. So there will be some stuff there for you to get your hands on. Also, keep your eyes open for our next. Why has my mind gone? What does we type every?
Next.
The update we give every week.
Discovery Scanner?
That's the one. For the next Discovery Scanner, we've got some great news there about the Elite Partnership Programme. And keep your eye on there for what Twitch Drops you can earn by watching those, boys and girls. And then the changes that might be coming to it. Nearly ruined that as well, didn't I?
Yes, but you didn't. So it's all right. So it's all right.
All right. So, Bruce, thank you very much for joining me, as always. It's a pleasure. It's great to have you back on the show. I'm away for a little break, but I will be back probably for the next show. Whether it will be me or not, I don't know, but it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much. No, it's great to be back, and it's been lovely to talk to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to stay tuned for a little bit more Elite Dangerous content, we want to give a special thank you and happy birthday to Ninja Space Unicorn, who is currently streaming. So do stick around. And
when you join, please all wish them a very, very happy birthday because they are wonderful. All right. Thanks from me. Thanks from him. 07.
Bye-bye.